You are maybe Irish. You are going to say, let's say if you are going to the entity, you are going to go to the branch, you are going to remain at the office, or you can say, call for the books of different offices, one works on that office works on that, and so on. That's what I mean when we're talking about the two main things that we're supposed to plan about. So when we are talking about, let's say, the strategy, you're going to talk about the main things, like the goals, objectives, profitability, project portfolio, if we're talking of marketing, value creation or innovation, and so many that you can talk about. Okay. So preparation of the detailed audit approach and the audit plan. Decision on administrative matters like budget, staffing, logistics, that's what you do in the second phase. As you gave in the example to say, I will look into the cash flow, and then somebody says, I will look into the financial statement. So those are some of the things that you put in the second one that is in the program. So general and administrative planning, the final area of planning is that the administrative or logistical matters can be logistics, one, in audit staff, whether staff is available with correct levels of qualification and experience, like I said, so you can either include people that are experienced and non-experienced, so that maybe they should at least start being cooked up as they are new, and then you indicate for those that this is how we are going to do it. There, you can also indicate whether there is a need for staff with special skills or systems or knowledge or language. For example, you are going to have an audit and assurance in the, let's say, in Tanzania, where there is a branch that you are supposed to go and audit. Then maybe you will want somebody who has a bit of knowledge of their language, which is Swahili. It's just in special cases where need can arise, if any. Relationship with other audit staff and audit clients. Relationship. What is your relationship between your fellow auditors? I remember, I can give you an example of, let me go and talk to JJ wants me. I know. So that is what we do when we are doing our planning of audits. Where you are supposed to have good relationship with the people that you are going with. I remember my son is also an auditor. As I'm talking, he's in Gabon. He said, if they are going to give me that colleague, then I'm not going to accept. Okay? Other people are so conversant with the job, but others are not. So that's what they mean to say, who are you going to go with, and then their qualifications and experience that you are going to do, or special needs, or special requirements, or special skills that somebody has that you want. As I was giving an example of Tanzania, to say maybe you want to go to Tanzania where there's a branch of the organization or entity, it means you're going to maybe want to go with somebody who has got knowledge in their language. Relationship with other audit staff that we have already talked about, even travel logistics. How are you going to go there where you are going to be doing audit? Because you are supposed to plan for that. Audit client preferences. That's why we inquire from a management preferences also. Again, the continuity of audit staff on teams of the client. What are we saying? If I go with them, is he or she not going to come back before finish? When we are going to go with the audit now here. So you look into all those things when you are doing your planning. You also have to indicate the location of the audit. Distance for audit staff to travel and the need for mobility between sites or locations where you're going to go to do audit. All those are supposed to be looked into so that you should put in the program. If you have got multiple sites and decisions on which to visit, all those are supposed to be considered. Again, the key audit debts, the main debts that you are going to be involved in your audit. This time you are planning, but now when you are going to go there, do the main audit, you are supposed to have the key audit debts. Where you are supposed to look into the main audit visits, partner review, audit report, and clearance meeting with the AGM. What do we mean? When you are doing the program, you program everything from the start to the end. For example, you say, start, you say, we have maybe an entry meeting with management. You indicate that when you're supposed to meet and then discuss how you're going to go about it. From there, you indicate what you're going to be doing within the time when you are still working around that. So all that has to be put in the program, what you are going to do in the real audit that you are going to perform. So all that is supposed to be indicated in your program, in your planning. Look at even what I read. It means up to the time you are going to have an exit meeting that you have finished your audit. It's all in the plan. we look into timing and budget. The budget or time should be accurate and well communicated to the audit team. All of you, as a team, you are supposed to know the time as well as the budget that is involved. Budget to be based on prior year, actual time, records, risk, and materiality consideration. The use of IT, whether client is computerized and the auditors need to use computers. So all those have to be indicated that we are going to carry our computers and we are going to use that. Whether audit working papers will be electronic or auditors have, it's not going to be electronic. What are working papers? Working papers? Maybe we have ever heard about that. Working papers? What are working papers? I know we have not yet reached there, but maybe you have an idea of that because it has been mentioned in the training. Working papers? Who has an idea?
I think, yeah.
Working papers, ever heard about it? Or any suggestions of maybe of it? Matthew, you started talking?
Maybe these are the papers that are used in the business operation of the organization. It may include the memorandum of association.
Okay. That's a very good try. Yvonne, working papers, have you ever heard about it? Working paper? Or just your suggestion on what are working papers, information about it? Just a suggestion anyway. So working papers, we are talking about the papers that somebody has done audit from the start to the end and it has been filed. Okay? Just to be in a nutshell. We are going to talk about that in detail. But it's nothing apart from the start of audit, for example, from as we are talking of planning, somebody, when you are doing audit, you have all the files from planning up to the end of the audit. All that cumulative documentation, what is called working papers. So working papers for you now, you are planning only your friends' working papers that have already done the audit. Matthew, this is fine? Yvonne? Yes? Good. So that is what it is. If you are going to review the audit there or on site, you are supposed to show everything. Not only that, assessing the risk and determining materiality assessment of risk on an audit inquiry. You identify areas that are more skeptical to the let's say material misstatement, and you should identify all that. This is what we had already talked about, to say when you have identified this, then you are supposed to start with the ones that are more risky than the others. So this is what they are telling us, that we should do that. Also, this will help the auditor to design appropriate audit procedures that respond to identified risks. So risk exists for both the auditor and the business, as the audit and business the risk respectively. So we are talking about, let's say, both risks for the auditor and for the business. Maybe we can think about the risk for an auditor. What can be the risk for an auditor? Just suggest or think about one. Risk for an auditor?
Security.
Come again?
Security.
Security?
Yeah.
In what way? Explain?
Like most of auditors are prone to threats if they try to present more. They are more like threatened. They try to present
the truth.
Let's say if the company has made a loss and they want to present the loss to the public, they are threatened. And it makes sense. That sometimes can involve their families and others.
Yeah. Okay. Yvonne, what can be the risk for you being an auditor? Maybe you can give an example. There are so many risks for an auditor. As Matthews has specified, those can be other risks. Or I can give you maybe an example just in thinking. You can have a relation for the big boss in that organization. His brother is in maybe in another office, installed or in the account. He has squandered the money or he has made a fraud. And then if you want to present the right thing, they will say, why are you doing that? So there are so many risks for auditors. Mainly when you want to present the truth, most people do not want. As he has said, to say they are making loss, or the company, or big people themselves have eaten money. There, you are at risk as an auditor to say the truth. So there are so many risks for auditors in connection of our job. So all that is supposed to be considered as you are doing the planning. So audit risk is the risk that the audit will not meet the objective of the audit that somebody is supposed to do. So look at that to say the objective of you saying, as Matthew said, to say, we have said that maybe the strategy is the performance of the entity, and you have found out that it's not performing. Then when you want to review the truth, they will not be happy. So those are some of the risks for an audit. How about business risk? Business risk. Business risk. Matthews.
The risk that can be associated with the business.
For example,
competitors tend to what?
Yeah, competitors. Sometimes you can have such cases whereby you have your competitor. They are also doing the same thing. The products that you are producing are also produced by some other company. Then you can have maybe your friends offering at a lower price. You don't think you can make it lower because what you have spent is more than what you expect. So you say, how then can I make profit if I reduce? Okay. So the business can be at risk because the people are not going to buy you; they are going to be buying them instead of you. So it has a risk of maybe not continuing if it continues to be done. So there are so many business risks, and we can also see in the books that what is the business risk and the audit risk, so that we should have a wide idea of what we as the auditors, when we are planning, which we should tackle when we are doing that. Any questions? Ivoni leo ndaona kuti suna lembi kwambiri kaya bwanji kaya sindi mayambula pang'ono koma wamva. Good. So that is just to open your eyes in connection of audit planning, that you can go and read so that you should really know exactly what is supposed to be done when we are talking about audit planning. So next time, next meeting, because it's on about 3 minutes more, next meeting we are going to tackle working papers. Working papers according to the audit outline, assurance and audit. Born and come here, similarly the course. Audit. Asset financing. I think this is called assurance. Just write the subject there on top if you have time. You have another class today? No. Then the other class will be tomorrow. What time?
8.
8.
Yeah.
It means we are through this week. You have written the subject?
Yeah.
Yes. Thanks so much.